Okay, what's up, guys? I don't know what happened to my first video, but it had no volume, so I'm trying this again. Um, I haven't seen the Mayweather versus Maidana fight yet, but I have watched a lot of people's post-fight videos, and I did see some footage of the fight, but it wasn't the whole fight. But I did see bits and pieces. I have to say that me and other people that I subscribe to, like real boxing fans, we're not fans of wars. We just love boxing. One thing that a real boxing fan will do is they will give their honest opinion on what happened during the fight. A real boxing fan, even though some may have a little bit of biasness, but for the most part, we're going to call it like we see it. You know, we're not going to let race or, being a fan of a certain fighter, dictate what we think actually happened in the fight. If we think a person won the fight, we're going to say so. If we think the person lost the fight, we're going to say so. If we thought the fight was a draw, we'll say that. But there's a lot of people that let race become an issue for certain fighters, either in being for or against them, and it just makes them biased because they're not actually calling the fight like they see it. Like, you'll have people that'll say a person won the fight when they know good and well they didn't win the fight, but they're just going to say they won anyway just because that fighter might be the same race that they are. Or, like if I was to say Timothy Bradley won against Pacquiao in both fights, and I just said that just because he was black and I'm black, that's just me being biased, and that's incredibly stupid because we all know that Tim Bradley lost both those fights. And when I watch a fight, I'm gonna call it like I see it. I'm not gonna let race become an issue and make me biased or make excuses for fighters. Like, I haven't seen all of the fight of Mayweather and Maidana, but I did see a little bit of it, a little bit of footage on the internet. But it doesn't surprise me that Mayweather had a hard time with Maidana because, as I've seen in the past, Mayweather does have a hard time fighting against a fighter that can put pressure on him. Like Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton put pressure on Mayweather. Had Mayweather feeling very uncomfortable in those early rounds, but Mayweather did figure Ricky Hatton out, and eventually he did knock Ricky Hatton out in the 10th round. But I knew Maidana was going to come in with that same strategy, and what makes Maidana more dangerous than Ricky Hatton is that Maidana is a lot bigger and stronger than Ricky Hatton. So it doesn't surprise me that Mayweather had a hard time in this fight. Now, all the people that I'm subscribed to, the real boxing fans, they pretty much all were saying the same thing. They're either saying that the fight was close. They had Mayweather winning by maybe 1 or 2 rounds. Some people said it was a draw. But, there's going to be people that are going to be damage controlling. And it's always these people that never do videos themselves. You never see their faces. You don't know what they look like. And these be the main people which I consider fanboys, that make excuses for fighters, or they just say stuff that's just completely idiotic and stupid. They don't call a fight like they see it. If they're a fan of a fighter, they're going to say that fighter won whether they really won or not, or they'll say the fight wasn't even close when it obviously was. A real boxing fan is going to call a fight like he sees it. Like me, I don't give a darn if you're white, black, green, or yellow. I'm a fan of certain fighters because of their style, not because of their race. And you shouldn't let race make you biased like that. And I see this And a lot of people, you know, they'll just be a fan of a boxer just because he's black, or just because he's Hispanic, or because he's Asian, you know, and they just show their biasness, and these people don't care, you know, they're pretty upfront about being biased. And then you got some people that are biased, but they try to act like they're not biased, but it's obvious that they are. But like I said, you know, if you're going to be a real fan, call a fight like you see it. You know, you don't have to be making excuses for certain fighters. You know, just like the real boxing fans are saying that Floyd Mayweather had a hard time in this fight. And then you got some people that are making excuses saying that, oh, Mayweather let Maidana make it a competitive fight. Now, who in their right mind would let a fighter rough them up on purpose? I mean, think about it, because boxing is a very dangerous sport. People have died in the ring for boxing, so why would a fighter just let somebody just tee off on them on purpose? That doesn't make any sense. And Mayweather sure as hell doesn't seem like the type of person that would just let somebody tee off on him on purpose. From what I see, he just had a hard time dealing with Maidana's pressure. He did figure out a way to win, but it wasn't easy. But like I said, this is all I got to say about this issue. You know, just call a fight like you see it. You know, don't let race, you know, make you biased like that. But unfortunately, this message is just fall on some deaf ears, because there's a lot of biased people out there that they're going to be biased no matter what. So I just thought, you know, try to keep it like it is, and I'm glad that the people that I'm subscribed to are real boxing fans, and they actually call the fight like they see it. So for all you real boxing fans out there, keep doing what you're doing, keep making your videos. You know, I'll always be watching, and that's all I got to say about that.